Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk and I'm known as YouTube's fairy godmother of real estate. I'm in the Near Disney studio for YouTube. And what's tomorrow? Tomorrow is the 4th of July and I can't wait to share some of the stuff that we're going to be talking about today. And hopefully some of you'll be seeing it, especially if you're going to be in the town that Disney built, because we were just named the #1 small town downtown in the entire state of Florida. #1. And what I'm going to do is my husband, Rod Hawk, who loves to take photos, he's a great photographer. I asked him, I said, can you look at the last whatever number of years that you've taken pictures of the 4th of July? And he took it back 15 years. So for the residents of Celebration, maybe watch and see if you see yourself. Maybe your kids were 15 years younger, but he's got 15 years of really great stuff to share with you. And I had the honor and privilege of spending some time with the owners of the Downtown Diner Celebration today. And I was like, gosh, are you guys ready? Because tomorrow it's going to be packed. And they are. I want to say they had like 450 million tons of ice being delivered to them today. God bless them. And we're going to need it because they are going to be wonderfully packed. And I'll tell you more about the details on that. But first, I should do our little jingle because I want to thank Dee Bellavati for being my YouTube producer who put this together for me. Hold on. Information on Celebration. So please share where you're watching from. If you have any questions, obviously we're always asking, is there anything that you want us to be reporting on? But it's very apparent this week we need to be talking about 4th of July, right? So let's bring this banner up and tell you a little bit about what I know. My family, we're founding residents here. And so we kind of know the drill, and we know tomorrow is going to be a huge, big day, right? And so if you would like, we do have this really cool parade. If you think of really charming downtowns with parades, well, we have that. Who's the singer of the jingle? Oh, it doesn't say who's asking me, but anyway, that's me. That's one of my loves, is I'm a singer on the side. So thank you for asking. But what'll happen at 9 a.m., there'll be a parade of residents, and it's going to start at the 851 Celebration Avenue address. That is our downtown office. That's our town hall office, 851. They actually start staging on the Starling. So anybody that lives over there in the West Village area, no, you're probably going to need to exit out of West Park, that drive, in order to get in and out, because Starling's going to be full of a lot of cool people that have been spending a lot of time getting their cars ready, their NEVs ready. For those of you that don't live in Celebration, do you know what a NEV stands for? What does the NEV stand for? NEV. What do you think that stands for? You can answer in the comments. It'll be great. But anyway, that will go. The parade will start at 9 a.m., 851. Then it's go down Celebration Avenue at the intersection of Market Street. Go down Market Street. So you're going to be going past, all of the cool restaurants and the cool retail, and you're going to go by the Wine Emporium and Market Street Gallery and the Downtown Diner Celebration. You're going to be making a left, and then it's going to go in front of Reggiano's and Ari and go down by Columbia and Kilwin's Ice Cream. So you're going to want to have an ice cream cone too, I would imagine, as well, or a milkshake from the Downtown Diner as well. But anyway, it ends at Sycamore and Front Street. So just a lot of fun. So that's early in the morning. Now, later on that night, you guys, get ready, because if you're driving into Celebration to see, by the way, the #1 small town downtown in the entire state of Florida, we just got named that from World Atlas, Celebration. You're probably going to need to park in the Park and Ride, which is really over by the 215 Celebration Place area. So when you drive off of 192 and you see the cool 3 Disney buildings that you see, on the right-hand side, there's a hotel called Malaya, and there's a parking lot. That parking lot is going to have where you can park your car and ride into downtown on a bus from 4 p.m. until 10:30 p.m. But otherwise, residents know right, that we typically are walking to downtown because the traffic's going to be pretty incredible. But I want to give a big shout out to Mike Nunez, because I know with the fireworks and the music that accompanies it, it's extraordinary, and it goes on for a very, very long time. So if you don't have your reservations yet for the restaurants and everything, you got to make sure you do it now, right? You got to make sure you do it now, because there's going to be over 5,000 people down there. Yeah. I would recommend, and I've said this before on my show, let me bring me up a little bit bigger. There are these things on Amazon that you can buy, and we wore them actually at the Disney parks yesterday, and it really is helpful. You put them around your neck, and it's got like these little vents here, and you can control it. But what I love about it, it says it brings the temperature down about 20 degrees. Even if it brings down 10 degrees, it's going to be a lot more helpful. And then when you're not using it, it's just resting on your neck, and you're not having to carry it around. And that way you're going to be able to keep your cameras ready for lots of cool footage. And I tell you what, instead of me delaying that, let's go ahead and show this. I want to thank Rod Hawk. Thank you. 15 years. That's a lot of cool footage. And then we've accompanied it with Dee Bellavati, who has a music production group, and myself, and Pastor Bill Vanderbush. You'll hear him on it too, because when you think of 4th of July, one of the things I think about is God bless America. Don't we want God to bless America? And so we put some music behind it. We hope you like it. I'll be back at the end to talk about some more cool stuff. But here we go. Enjoy a taste of what you're going to see for the 4th of July. Remember, 4th of July is coming, 5 o'clock. I think there's a DJ downtown, 7:30 p.m. There is a live band. 9:20 is when the fireworks going to start. And I think they're starting at that time because that's when Disney starts theirs too. So that way all these fireworks happening around this area aren't competing. Hey, Tammy Kelsey, I so miss the mini celebrations and can't wait to get back. We had to move out of the area in October, looking to come back home. I know you sell many homes in the area, but do you handle rentals in the area? Yes, Tammy, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Anything to get you back here. I would love that. Absolutely. And thank you for watching the show. Yeah, me and my dream team, we are all about wanting to get everybody back in here. All right, so let's watch this show, like I said, and I will be back. America, my home. Sorry about that. Let's start at the beginning.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
From all over the world, people have come to this land to become one nation, and our value is freedom. This freedom was paid for by the currency of blood. This priceless treasure continues to be spent, for the value of freedom has never diminished. In the same way, Jesus Christ spent the currency of his own blood to purchase people from every tribe, nation, and tongue. We are never more like Christ than when we are laying our lives down for one another. May God continue to bless America as we never forget the price paid for our freedom. We pray for those called to lead us, that they would be led by the presence and the power of the Holy Spirit of God.
From the mountains to the prairies to the oceans where we've flown, God bless America, my home sweet home. God bless America, my home sweet home.
God bless America. God bless America. God bless America.
Thank you guys. Thanks for the collaboration. So I can just tell you that when you walk up on Downtown Celebration tomorrow, you're going to feel the vibe. The red, white, and blue. God bless America. And, possibly, well, also be prepared. You're going to have some incredible food stations and drinks but stay cool. Stay cool with that neck fan that I was talking about. If you want, go to Amazon and get one. I think the company, it's JISULIFE, if that helps you. And Tammy, of course, I'd be more than honored. Thank you. Thank you so much for you and your team for this beautiful tribute and reminder of why we love this country and celebration. Yes, we do. We are very blessed that we get to live in the United States of America, for sure. And I'm looking for, somebody else. Somebody had asked me to share when the weather gets incredibly hot here and humid, are there any other tricks? And they're talking about hair. And many people knew me way back when, some 25 years ago. I had much bigger hair and stuff like that. And I found this product for my girls out there. If you're interested, it's called Wow. And you spray this stuff on your hair before you go out in the humidity. It really does help. And that's an Amazon thing too. So anyway, it's funny. That's one of the biggest questions I get asked. So let me share with you some other wonderful things that I think you might want to know about. Let's talk about the real estate market for a little bit. And then I want to tell you about Pat Sajak. Stay to the end so I can tell you some stuff about Wheel of Fortune, Pat Sajak, okay? So let's share this screen. And I always do this every week because we try to do it in 7-day windows. Let's see if I can get this up here for you. Here we go. So in the town of Celebration, there's only 52 total properties that are for sale. That is so low because people do not like to leave this town. Now, in the normal days, we would have over 400 properties for sale. So when you've got 52, everything from condos all the way up to the huge estates, slim pickings, right? So what I'm doing is I'm showing the homeowners, hey, it's good for you to know kind of what your values are like now, but also trying to give some insight to people that are thinking about moving from New Jersey or New York or California. We've had so many buyers this last week looking at property. It was California, New Jersey, Ohio, some people from overseas. And so I want to provide this information to you as well, so you kind of get an idea of what we're looking at. This 7-day period, 16 of the 52 properties had some type of impact. Something was going on. And so what I like to do is show you what I'm looking at is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 actives came on the market, 7. Okay. And they were anywhere from $394,000 up to $1,295,000. And then as far as pendings go, people that took contracts, there were 8. So what does that tell me? There's more properties going off than coming on, right? So even less inventory. And then there was only 1 sold that actually sold during the week. And that property, let's pull that up so we can congratulate some of our locals. So that was an Artisan Park condo. I saw that condo. It was lovely. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,496 square feet, and it sold for $445,000. So that is a first floor, and it had a garage. And I want to say congratulations to Patty Delaney because she had the listing, and that property sold. It was on the market for 118 days. So I'm hoping that helps some people out there. Anybody have any questions in regard to any real estate questions for me? If not, on Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team, they're incredible. They have a show on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. And that is about how to buy and sell a home in 2023. And I learn from them all the time. Wednesday night at 7 p.m. So if you haven't had the opportunity to go to Near Disney YouTube channel, please subscribe and like. We want to thank everybody so much. I think we've been doing this for about a year and a half, and we have over 150,000 views. Over 150,000 views. So every day I get stopped by people telling me that they really appreciate the information. It's been helpful because what we're doing is we're concentrating on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. So yes, might live in Celebration like we do, but it's kind of nice to know that if I go to Winter Garden, if I go to Lake Nona, I know when the farmer's market is, or if I know where a fabulous restaurant is. Or for example, yesterday, what a cool opportunity it is to live so close to the Disney resorts. And we had a little staycation, stayed at the Wilderness Lodge area, and got on boats at the end of the evening. And we're going over to the parks, and the breeze was incredible. And then you get to see the buildings like the Contemporary lit up, or driving past the Polynesian. We really live in an area that's none like anything else around the world. And then we went to Epcot Center and we saw Wang Chung. Does anybody remember Wang Chung? Well, anyway, Wang Chung tonight. And so much fun, and had some food and gathered with loved ones. And that's one of the things I want to talk about next. So some of the people that we ran into, if you haven't had the opportunity to know about Give Kids the World, I would really like you to have some information on them. There's a gentleman by the name of, oh my goodness, I want to make sure I've got this up here so you can see this. There's a gentleman by the name of Henry Landworth, who was a Holocaust survivor, and he never became bitter, in the sense that he could have very well, of course, become bitter, and decided in his life that he wanted to help children. Many times a terminally ill child may ask for a request to come to Walt Disney World or Universal Studios or SeaWorld. And so what happened is Henry was with Holiday Inn right up on 192, not far from Celebration, and would donate his hotel rooms. And then he would come into the Disney area, and I was working in public relations then, and he would coordinate getting free tickets for the family. And then he would coordinate with airlines getting free airfare. Because what we realize is when a child is terminal like that, it impacts the entire family, the brothers and the sisters and everything. And so it was just like, please, let's give this family a break. Let's have them come in. Let's pamper them. And so in the early days, my roommate and I, Maria, we would take turns for phone calls. Like if the family was staying in a hotel and they needed to go to a hospital or see a nurse because maybe they were dehydrated or whatever it was. And so we did that for about a year and a half. And then there was a time in my life when I was working for Universal Studios, and God had blessed the opportunity when we opened up Hard Rock Live to say, okay, what charity should we be involved in? And Give Kids the World did not have the village at that time yet. It was still doing the hotels, and wonderful people from the hospitality industry were donating a lot of goods, and it was wonderful. But Henry had a dream that he wanted to have this village where a train would pick people around, and they would have giraffe necks coming out of buildings, and they would have cottages for the family, and they would have a nurse that would stay on property. They would have, you could eat ice cream 7 days a week, 24 hours if you wanted to. All your food was taken care of. You were picked up at the airport. The families then came in, and they really just got to have some quality time. So I was asked after it was wonderful. Tom Williams had accepted this. He said, "Give Kids the World." It's great. But then Universal record label, we were looking at who did we want to invite for the grand opening of Hard Rock Live. And so I was going through the catalog and my finger stopped at Elton John. And I am so glad. I believe that was Holy Spirit driven. Actually, I have a chair. Let me show you. I don't know if you can see it. Well, my office, I've got some things on it. But that chair with the red velvet, that was actually in Elton John's green room when he did Hard Rock Live grand opening. But I had the opportunity to introduce Henry to Elton, and he told him his story. And Elton said, "I'm not going to accept one dime from this event. I want it all go to Give Kids the World." And he said, "But I can't say if my musicians will do that." And so Henry met the musicians the day of, never asked them for a dime either, just shared the story. And every single one of them said, "We want to donate everything that we make to it as well." And do you know, that night, one night, $1 million was raised. And it's because of Mr. Elton John. And that was the seed money for Give Kids the World. So fast forward, our daughter, Ashley Elizabeth, continue to have a love for Give Kids the World as well, and is volunteering there, doing a lot of things. And some of her best friends are in the top management for Give Kids the World doing events. And so we ran into Omar and Ann at Epcot, and he shared with me there's an event that's coming up, and it's a fundraiser for Give Kids the World. But I think it's also kind of cool because I think a lot of people that watch this show may have an interest in attending. So let me share my screen so I can tell you what I'm talking about. Because I know celebration people love to help whenever they can. So we're going to share this and you'll see what I'm talking about. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So as many of you might know, Pat Sajak has decided, who is the host for Wheel of Fortune, he's going to retire, I think, next year. And I believe Ryan Seacrest is taking his spot. But Pat Sajak is going to be at Give Kids the World, which if you haven't been there, if you come out of Celebration and you make a right and you go up to where there's a Walmart up there, there's a street with a sign and it says you go back to Give Kids the World Village there. But you can buy tickets, and it's a benefit for Give Kids the World. It's Saturday, August the 12th. And I wanted to let our audience know because I'm sure it's going to sell out. But they start from $34.99 a ticket. But they also have, and it's Saturday, August 12th, 5:30 to 9 p.m. They also have, I think, meet and greet with Pat Sajak. I want to say that might be more money. I'm sure it will be because that's pretty normal. Yeah, that's $159.99 for a VIP. So if anybody ever wanted to meet him before he's off the show, but otherwise the event is like $35 and it's raising money for a great cause. But I guess he's going to talk about his career. And yes, let me read it. It says Pat Sajak will be live on stage at Give Kids the World Village for a one-of-a-kind discussion about his decades-long Wheel of Fortune career. VIP guests will have a chance to participate in a meet and greet with Pat that includes an autograph and photo opportunity. The show will conclude with an audience Q&A. 100% of the proceeds will benefit Give Kids the World. Parking is free, 100%. So I can't think, there's many causes and I love many, but this definitely has to be one of the top ones that I would recommend. If anybody can get behind, that would be terrific. You might have a loved one, a parent, a cousin, or something. Maybe this might be a fun birthday gift for them or a Christmas gift, but it's something you can't normally get access to. So thank you to Omar and Ann. If anybody needs help in finding those tickets, I know Eventbrite, if you see up here, Eventbrite right there, I think that's who's selling the tickets. An evening with Pat Sajak. And then Tammy, I love that. Nothing more relaxing to fall asleep listening to the fireworks. I know, right? So the music that Mike Nunez and his team put together for the 4th of July fireworks in the town of Celebration are spectacular. I mean, they just, when you walk away from this thing, even if you're hot and it's crowded, you're going to feel like it's one of the best events you've ever been at. And like I said, you want to make sure you stop into the restaurants and the retail groups and spend a little money and have some fun. But there's no better place to be on the 4th of July than in our town. Yeah. All right. I don't think I see any questions as of now, but I'm here every Monday night. Typically, I go on a little bit earlier. Yes, Tammy, thanks for the support. Yeah. Typically, I go on a little bit earlier, but we had a lot of stuff going on today, and I always will make sure I'm here Monday night at some point. Might be 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 7:30, but I'll be here. And then Wednesday night, the team. And then Fridays, actually at 1:30, we do videos on that 25-mile radius around Cinderella's castle. That's very helpful. And like I said, if you haven't seen them all, please go to the Near Disney YouTube channel, subscribe and like, and start looking, because there's all kinds of good stuff. Claremont, St. Cloud, Dr. Phillips, and you can tell we love what we do. All right, so no more questions. I'm going to start getting ready for the 4th of July tomorrow. Hopefully we'll see you guys. If I see you downtown, please make sure you say hello, because we do appreciate you. And I hope you have a blessed evening. Okay, bye-bye.